Welcome to the evening show with Ben Ferguson. I'm Dominique Samario, and on tonight's show, Ben welcomes Katie Thatcher and Rod Lathim from Unfinished Business and Ivy Vahanian and Peter Frish from the producing unit. But first, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the star of our show, Mr. Ben Ferguson. Woo!
Thank you all. Thank you, guys. Especially thanks to all of you who showed up this evening. And thank you, Dominique. Welcome back. Dominique was gone last episode. And Mr. John Cantadella, thank you very much for filling in. He introduced me. But now we're all here together as one big family. I feel good. I feel good. Listen, Happy New Year, everybody. Hi, 2015. Yeah, 2014 was really good. I feel 2015 is going to be 5 times better. I know it will be. It will be for me. It will be for everybody in here. And I also know there's going to be at least one more person in this world, and Dominique's going to tell us a little bit more about that. Tonight we have a lot to talk about. We have the very first guest that was ever on the evening show, Mr. Rod Lathim. He was our very first guest on the evening show way back when, so I can't wait to get him out here. He has a play that he wrote himself, autobiographical play. It's called Unfinished Business, and it's an incredible story. And he also brought with him Katie Thatcher, and she's also starring in it. Ladies and gentlemen, we also have Mr. Peter Frish. Mr. Peter Frish is one of the top theater companies in Santa Barbara, as well as Rod Lathim. Rod Lathim, Peter Frish, it doesn't get any better than that. We have them both here. They both have plays that are going to be coming out at the end of this month. He also brought with him the TV, film, and Broadway star, Miss Ivy Vahanian. Now, she was also a guest a few episodes back, but she's going to be in the play that they have called 154 in Paradise. Let's get this show started. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. John Cantadella.
Heard about love and giving sight to them blind, yeah. My baby's loving cause the sun to shine, and she's my sweet little thing. She my pride and joy, yeah, she my sweet little baby. I'm a little loving boy.
Dominique, nice to have you back.
Thank you so much for having me back.
Yes.
Sorry I missed last show.
That's okay. We had our little holiday show, and we had John Cantadella introduce me.
Look at you.
I had the band,
Stage me.
the guitar player. He did a fabulous job.
They always are so great.
Yeah.
The best.
You went to Portland.
Yeah, I've
Yes.
been all over the place. Yeah.
Do tell. We have some Dominique adventures.
Yeah, Dominique, I'm on the perpetual adventure because trying to fit in as many adventures as possible before little baby.
Now, everybody knows
Samario.
they're 6 months.
6 months.
6 months
Can
pregnant.
you believe
still
that?
look absolutely fabulous.
Thank you.
Yes.
Growing, getting bigger, but
It looks like you had a really big lunch, but you're still.
I know. I feel
You're
like
okay.
I am always eating a big lunch right about now. But
Portland.
Yeah, no, went to Portland. Such a great getaway.
Yeah.
I mean, people just need to travel in the United States. There is so much to do. Went up there. It doesn't matter if it's a little bit chilly, if it's raining. People are
Portland's
biking,
beautiful.
running, hiking.
Yeah.
So gorgeous.
I grew up in
so
Seattle.
active.
Portland and Seattle are so similar. When it rains,
Yes.
you still go to the beach. Well, maybe not the beach, but I mean,
Okay,
you
I'm
still,
like, I didn't go to the beach.
you still
but it
do
was
things in the rain.
Oh, yeah, no.
And they don't have umbrellas. The people who live there don't use them.
No. I read a thing. It's like, do not use an umbrella.
Right.
Put up
Right,
your hood
right.
or just suck it up.
And if it starts to sprinkle here, everybody in Costco has the rubber boots on.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
with the ducks on the end. You just.
Well, I mean, I do too. But I mean,
Yeah, I like them.
you have to justify those outfits, you
Yeah,
know. But no,
yeah.
it was so great and a great getaway. And we also, guess what else we did?
What else did you do?
And since I've been away,
Yeah.
we found out if we're having a boy or a girl.
Now,
What do you think?
Well, I know.
Well, you know,
because you
okay.
told me.
What do you?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Can you get this? I have no idea what this is.
Yes. Oh my God, I have to explain.
But how does it work?
It was the most genius thing ever. It was so amazing.
never seen
but
it.
it wasn't really genius because I didn't think of it. You can find anything online. Okay, so what we did is we found out at the doctor.
Right.
But we told them just write it down, put it in a sealed envelope.
Right.
Gave the sealed envelope to this baker. Inside this cake, it's blue or pink. And none of us knew until the whole family. I cut the cake. And at that moment, we all found out together.
I've
Party.
never heard of that.
It was so cool. I mean, you can pretty much, there's probably a reason to buy anything nowadays, and now bakers are making money off of that. But I'll tell you, it was really memorable. And
So
so
you're having a boy.
we're having a boy.
Wow, little Benjamin maybe?
It's a possibility.
Cool. It's a
I
nice
mean,
name.
you know, I've got 3 months to fully decide.
Yeah. We get
so.
T-shirts with the name on it.
It's true. This
Yeah.
is true.
Yeah.
This is true. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you for bringing
just
it up.
threw that out.
Yes.
Yeah, you did a couple other things too. You had an adventure.
Now, this is awesome.
This right here is.
Yes, so this is a race that we did, and it's called Rugged Maniac. And so this is my dad, my husband's son, my husband, and myself, and that's little baby Rugged Maniac in the tummy.
Right.
And it's like this obstacle race, and you're like crawling through mud.
Looks like you won.
Yeah, we obviously are the winners, and I think you're a winner if you finish it. But no, it's so much fun.
Yeah.
And yeah, you just run and you climb over things. I think what's amazing is, as civilization, we try to, you know, we get nicer and cleaner, and yet now I pay money and wake up early in the morning to like crawl over bridges and mud and stuff. But anyways, it's
No wild
fun.
animals though.
No boars.
Have you seen the new evening show gift shop? It's around the station on Lou Dillon. It's where all these nice people line up to get in the show.
I didn't see
Yes,
that. I
yes.
was rushing in.
They have mugs
know?
and T-shirts and things, and I went in there the other day because I knew
Yeah.
you were coming here, and it's the holidays, and Happy New Year, by the way.
Thank you.
Yes.
Happy New Year to you, 2015.
Yes, yeah, 2050 is really good.
Yes.
But anyway, I wanted to get you something. And
From the gift shop?
I went to the gift shop and I said, "Do you have anything for kids?" And she said, "Hang on." And she went in the back.
No.
And she brought that out.
Can I open it?
Please
I mean,
open
do we
it.
have... It's like a belated
We have
Christmas
time.
gift. Holidays.
The
New Year gift. Shush up.
Do you like it?
Little baby Benjamin
Oh boy.
is already the biggest fan.
Isn't
He's your
that
youngest
cool?
fan, huh?
Now we didn't know if it was a boy or a
Oh
girl,
my
so I figured
gosh.
yellow would work.
See, and yellow, sunshine. That's the baby. But
Yeah.
most importantly,
Benjamin.
he'll have a good-looking booty.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
Maybe you can bring him on sometime.
I want to bring him on.
Yeah.
He'll be your youngest star then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Won't that be neat?
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yes, yes.
And I want to thank you. Watch Calamity Jane.
Oh, did you come to the play?
You are awesome. You've got a future.
Do you think so?
That's all I'm going to say.
So did you like, which part did you like? Let's talk about me for a minute.
Let's talk about you.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is enough of me. I get nervous.
Okay,
but,
yeah, this is nice and everything. Let's talk about me.
Let's talk about Ben.
Yeah.
Let's not make him
Here,
mad.
I got it.
Right there. So seriously,
Oh, this is-
you
yeah.
were fabulous.
Good.
No, I
You
mean,
liked it.
so natural. You could have been a cowboy. You could be an
Pulled it
actor.
off?
I thought so.
That's my main goal, was to pull it off.
You were so believable. Very natural. I loved it.
That's awesome.
Keep it up.
Thank you. I think that's all the time we have.
Thanks for having
Yes,
me back.
Happy New Year. We'll talk soon.
2015.
2015. Ladies and gentlemen, I am very proud to announce that we have Mr. Peter Frish here this evening. He's the executive director of the producing unit, and with him he brought Ivy Vahanian. She's a Broadway television film star. She will be in the play with him, and she's with his theater company. She was here on our episode about 3 to 4 months ago. Take a look at this.
I was frantic when I got here, and I Googled acting something, and Peter Frish came up.
I Googled acting coach in Santa Barbara. Peter Frish came up. I'm sure you know Peter Frish.
I know Peter.
Heck, we all know Peter Frish. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Ivy Vahanian and Peter Frish. Welcome back. Yes, Peter, very nice seeing you. Please have a seat. You guys, thank you for coming. Ivy, thank you for coming back. Actually, you're our first returning guest.
Thanks. Oh,
And-
wow.
and- yeah,
cool. I
that's
didn't know
kind of neat.
that. That's
And dragged along Peter with you since we saw that clip of how many times everybody in town knows Peter.
As they should, as they should.
I think I mentioned last time you were here that I actually called Peter. I was doing an acting thing, and I was really scared. And I Googled Peter Frish. I Googled the acting coach, and Peter Frish came up, and I ended up at his living room. Do you remember that?
I remember you from that. I don't
Yeah,
remember
okay.
the actual
Encounter.
event and how fabulous you were. No.
Yeah, I know.
I
Well,
don't
yeah. Seems like you would, but anyway. After that, you started. After you came on, I started reading about you, and wow, we really appreciate you coming here, and you're here to promote your play, 154 Paradise and 154.
Yes.
154 in Paradise.
154 in Paradise, which obviously, if you're from the Santa Barbara area, and you should be if you're watching this,
Right.
You know what that means.
Right.
Where-
That
where we-
intersection,
yeah,
you know.
154,
how we all.
where it hits Paradise Road, up in the mountains,
Right.
treacherous.
Now, Jerry DePago, he's a local man. He's the one that wrote this play.
Jerry is from, he lives in San Ynez.
Okay.
I don't know if you call him local, since he's written 5 or 6, 7 of some of the great screenplays of the last 20 years.
Now, did he come to you for this? How does that work?
Interestingly enough, I did some classes up in the Valley. Jerry thought, you know, I've spent my entire life working with some of the top actors in the world. I want to learn how to act a little. So he actually took class for a summer, yeah.
Oh my God.
And we became very good friends. I gave him some fun material to do, and he was so curious about the process. So we really hit it off. And then he sent me the play to look at about a year ago. And I looked at this and I thought, you know, I've run a union new play-oriented theater in Washington, D.C., and you don't get plays of this quality.
It's amazing.
Right as a world premiere.
It's an incredible
It's
play.
never been done before, right, on stage?
No, it's never been done on stage. They did a reading up in the Valley, but it was just a reading, not a full production.
And Ivy, you're in it. And you guys are right now in the middle of rehearsing. And tonight, I really appreciate you guys coming because you had rehearsal tonight. You're kind of pushing
We go
it back.
right off to rehearsal.
Running off.
Yeah, we heard about maybe being on the show. You kind of switched things, didn't you?
I did actually do a half
We
an
did,
hour.
yeah, we did.
We moved it a half an hour. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. And since I was in your living room, I've done a little studying on you and the Frisch Studios.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Well, after I decided to leave the Granada, which
Right.
was, you know, I guess people know that I did the Granada project.
You were there 8 years, right?
I was there 8 years as executive director,
Right.
with design, fundraising, the whole thing. And when we opened, I gave it about 2 years, hopefully stabilized it to some degree.
Right.
And then I thought, you know, I got to go back to what I really do, and that's direct and teach acting. So I created the Frisch Studio and immediately had 4 different classes, 1 in LA and 3 up here.
Yeah, I read about it. And you actually, a person that needs to audition to become a student? Is
Oh,
there-
always, yeah. But
Yeah, wow.
it's not just auditioning. It's they need to, because I need to understand what they do, what they don't do, what their problems are, what their issues are, what kind of things I need to work on. So I suggest certain classes depending on what I see.
That's amazing. In a lot of places, normally if the check clears, they're in. But with you, it's you really want to
No.
look into. I remember when I was in your living room, and I really was scared to death, and I read what I had to read, or I memorized it, and the first thing you said is, "You need to rewrite this," and I'm like, "Peter, it's 3 hours from now. I have to do this." Anyway, so I'm sure you would have given me a lot of direction, but you made it okay for me to go do that evening, and I did.
Okay,
it, so,
good.
Yeah, that worked out well.
All right.
But the level of now you were University of Boston. You've taught at Juilliard.
Boston University. Yeah,
Boston University.
These are all conservatory programs.
Right.
Boston University,
Harvard.
Juilliard, Harvard, and of course Carnegie Mellon, which I ran.
Now Carnegie Mellon. Is that where you two met?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then
Many
I was
years
reading
ago.
something that when you were at the Granada, you had your hand in the restoration, the $60 million restoration.
Of course.
Did you plan? I took a tour when it was just finished, and I went downstairs and I saw the dressing rooms and the elevator that comes up. Really neat. Did you have part of that as far as?
Of course, yeah.
Wow.
Well, it was a big decision and a brave decision on the part of the board, because the old dressing rooms were dingy and small, and you know, it's like an old Broadway house where the dressing rooms are like 4 or 5 stories high, and you walk up forever, and they're old. You know, it was really kind of dismal. So they made a decision to excavate 10,000 square feet under the theater. So what they had to do was they worked 5 feet at a time. We would excavate 5 feet, hold up the 8-story building for the next 5 feet, and then do the next 5 feet. Hold up the building for the next. I mean,
How long
we
did it
held up an
take?
8-story. A year, something like that, just for that process.
Oh my gosh.
But the result is it's a superb facility for backstage as well as in front of house.
Right, you had your hand in the same thing at Carnegie Mellon in the Purnell Art Center.
The Purnell Center for
Right.
the Arts, yeah.
Right. I'm saying everything backwards tonight. But we'll get there. You know what I mean?
That's fine.
Good.
Yeah, the department started, it's the oldest program in the country, degree granting program, started in 1912. And they have needed a new theater since, there was actually a letter in 1923 from the head of drama in 1923 to the dean. They found it in the dean's office, they excavated that. And it said, the current facility is not suitable for contemporary production. That was 1923.
Oh my God.
So they really had needed something, and there were several incarnations. But I had a wonderful relationship with our president, and when he got a gift across the board of $6 million, he put it toward the Purnell Center, and we then raised about $35 million more to finish the building.
That's amazing. So
and it's a
anybody out there
beautiful
has a theater that needs restoration, they can call you.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm telling you.
I have a quote that I read for you that I just wanted to share.
I'm in trouble.
It says, "I love actors who use the camera lens as a sympathetic witness to their emotional life rather than a vehicle of judgment."
Wow. Who said that?
Yeah, I have no
That's
idea
really
what
good.
it means, but I just wanted to read that.
Oh, of course. Well, no, it's good. That's an excellent. That's true.
I liked it. I didn't understand it, but I liked it, so I thought.
I'll tell you that you'll understand it. My class is called Acting with the Camera. It's not called acting for the camera like others. It's a question of using the lens. I mean, I'm like right now he's got. I don't know where the.
I think we're over here.
Okay, so it's a question of knowing where the lens is. We're here? Okay. Okay, we're on 3. So it's a question of using that lens. So when I talk to you, I'm not just talking to you.
Right.
I'm saying to them, I'm talking to you. Yeah. I'm opening up. I'm finding ways of thinking and using the lens, and I'm always aware of the lens. And then I talk to you, but I come right back.
You know, I mean, that's the thing, because a lot of people think of being aware of the lens can be a...
That's right. It's including the lens as witness. If I have a scene where I'm angry with you, then I enlist the lens as sympathetic. Look at him. Lens, can you see this? What a jerk, you know? How dare you? You know, whatever the line is and whatever the scene is. And I use that lens, as you just read, to bear witness to the anger and to join in, hopefully. I mean, that's the feeling of it.
Well, I want to use the lens in a different way right now.
Uh-oh.
We have some pictures.
Trouble.
Now, wait, this camera here? This is about as serious as it gets. I was pretty impressed with this photo.
Wow. How did you get it to that? Yeah.
This
is
magic.
This is at the Granada.
Okay.
And it's one of the it's part of the opening. It may have been the opening night, but certainly I did this a number of times in the opening season. It was 3 months. We did a 3-month preview season.
Wasn't America, the band America? Weren't they one of the first
They
bands?
did. Yes,
yeah.
they were there the preview season.
Yeah.
That's right. Isn't that funny? Yeah, that's in Los Angeles.
Is this in your workshop?
Yes, that's in my class in Los Angeles, the camera class.
Yeah.
And Ivy has done one of those up here, and we get some very serious people doing some serious shooting. I was just saying that she was pregnant, leaning across a table, you know, it's grabbing at somebody during this particular scene. What was that from?
That was from Dolores Claiborne.
Yeah, yeah, the film.
Yeah.
So this is your current film, or your current play.
No, that's the previous one.
Previous, that's what I meant.
Yeah, Time Stands Still.
Yeah.
Time Stands Still, the Donald Margulies play.
Which I don't think is a very representational picture of the show, but this is all of us that's in it.
Okay.
Maybe in a moment of the
It's
show.
just what I chose.
Yeah.
So your play is January 23rd to February 1st.
To February 1st.
Playing at the center stage.
Yes, 7 performances.
I will be there. I promise to see it.
It's wonderful.
Yeah,
it's
it's
an
an
incredible cast, an
amazing
incredible
script.
show, a great
Incredible.
script.
And a
Really
terrific theme emerges at the end.
Yeah.
You
I
don't-
can't wait.
you're
I
not
heard
sure,
It's
yeah.
somewhat mystical.
It is magical
It's
realism.
mystical, it's a little spooky, but it's very powerful.
Very powerful.
Yeah,
I look forward to seeing it.
very unusual in a premiere.
January 23rd to February 1st.
Yeah,
Yes.
world
Center
premiere.
stage.
Thanks,
Thank you
Ben.
very, very much for being here. Peter, very nice.
Thanks so
See you
much.
again. Yeah, thank you.
Pleasure.
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce our next couple of guests. We have Mr. Rod Lathim. He was our absolutely very first guest on the evening show when it all began, which is pretty exciting. He was talking about a play that he was doing and he was going to bring back called Unfinished Business. It's going to be at the Lobero Theater on the 22nd to the 25th. He also has with him one of his main stars, Katie Thatcher. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Rod Lathim and Katie Thatcher. Welcome. All right, please have a seat. Rod, nice to see you again. Thank you. Well, hi, Katie.
Hi.
Thanks for coming here and bringing your friend Rod.
Thanks for inviting me. He's only the playwright.
Yeah, that's what I see. You know, I mentioned earlier on the introduction that he was our very first guest, and you were we fumbled around pretty good. In fact, you can still see it on YouTube.
But you know, it was your first out, and we had a lot of fun, and I'm so glad to be back.
We did. I'm so glad you're here
back.
too. Yeah, certainly. And we talked the first time about unfinished business and how you were going to run it again. And like when it does, let me know, because as you know, I spoke a little bit about it. I had a little experience in that area.
Yeah.
And definitely wanted to learn more about it. But Katie, I read a little bit about you. You've been in plays here in the last about 20 years or so.
Yeah.
In a lot of City College.
She started when she was 10.
Thank you.
10? Yeah. Is that when you wanted a pony? Is that what?
Exactly. Exactly.
You still want
That's
a pony.
what I want. I
I've
still
looked
want
around
a pony.
to see, can I get a pony in here?
You saw the Speaking of Stories bio. That's what you saw.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. Yeah, since 1991, I think I was cast in my first show here.
Now you play Sally?
I play Sally.
Sally. Now you've already played it, so you probably tell us about the reactions to the crowd that when you do the show.
Oh, about Sally?
Yeah.
Oh, they love Sally.
Yeah.
Because she's the
and the whole play. I mean, aren't people wanting to approach you afterwards?
I didn't notice too many people approaching me.
I think they're a little afraid of Sally.
And rightly so.
Yeah.
And Sally even more so in this version of the play is. I've had so much fun writing this role, and also knowing I'm writing it and Katie's going to do it. I can actually write and hear her voice when I'm writing, which is great.
Yeah,
it's wonderful when you can hear the voice of the actor, and she voices it very well, and she gets to be a little more irascible in this one, and actually. You know, you get to really pull out some interesting stops. We go farther, this version of the show. We get to dig deeper. It's a 2-act play now instead of a 1-act.
We should mention, this is an autobiographical play.
It is.
You wrote and directed.
I did.
And tell us about what it's about.
Well, it's unfinished business. We're at the Lobero, January 22nd through the 25th. It is based on a journal that I kept the day my mom died, which was about 7 years ago. And I'm really glad I took the time to run to my dad's desk and get a pad of paper, because what I wrote down ended up being, some of it is verbatim in the play as it is today.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, okay. It took it right out of the journal. But basically what happened is that I had a really extraordinary, what I have learned since writing the play has been termed a shared death experience. And this is not just a locally coined term. It's a term that's used in literature and in the medical world or psychological world or wherever. And a shared death experience is when a loved one has some mutual experience as their parent or friend or sibling is dying. Those experiences are as unique as we all are different. But the similarities in them are quite telling. Some are very simple and short. Some, like mine, I was able to actually see and interact with people that showed up to help my mom cross over. Right. And they were people who I knew in many cases. In many cases, they weren't people I knew. But family members, neighbors, friends, close friends of our family.
I think I remember talking to you, and you said the neighbor came, and that surprised you a little bit.
It did. In fact, in the play, one of the people that shows up is a woman that lived around the corner, and she had been gone for years, and we didn't know her that well. We didn't hang out together. We weren't close. Ruth, yeah. And I remember thinking, well, what are you doing here? I didn't put that in the last version, but now David, who plays my character, says, what are you doing here? Well, I mean, of all the people, and then he stops and goes, oh, I'm sorry. Who am I to ask, you know? Yeah. But it was an extraordinary experience, and I'm glad now, having done it actually twice before, I've been encouraged by people who, as recently as this afternoon when I went to the Lobero to take some things to the box office, the woman that works in the box office said, I've got to talk to you. She came outside and she said, I can't wait to see your play because I had this amazing experience when my mom died. And I said, so we stood and talked for 20 minutes. And what we both said was that so many people have had really extraordinary experiences around death, but they don't know who to talk to about it because they think people are going to think they're nuts.
Well, in touching on that, even if they didn't have an experience, when I first met you and you were doing a different show and talking about exactly what you're saying now, I had a similar experience with my mom. At the time, it was very fresh, and I just ran like mad to find you in the parking lot because it was so wonderful that, you know, I've always known that this is real and there's a heaven or something. There is something else. But when it happens, you're like, oh crap, I hope I'm right. And then and you're telling me, oh yeah, Ben, it's real. And you know how much that helped me, and God knows how many other people out there. Yeah,
you know, our culture doesn't encourage us to talk about, to share experiences like this, and I think it's very sad. And that's a big part of why I'm doing this play again, because I've seen so many people and heard from so many people who have had incredible experiences. And I think we need to have a safe place, create a safe environment where we can talk about this. Right. Because if you don't talk about it, people aren't going to learn, and they're not going to feel supported. And there's nothing worse than feeling like you're alone. Or if somebody has the gift as you do and can see things and doesn't quite understand and is scared to tell somebody, it's good for them to maybe come to the play. And I read that after the play, there's something where people can get up and... Well, we'll have a discussion after each performance. A lot of people want to talk and have questions, and so we allow time for that to happen. So after every performance, we'll have a talk back, just a casual, informal talk back with the audience. So, well, I have a couple of pictures here. Now, this is the performance. This is part of our cast, yep. That's on the left side of the picture is Ann Dusenberry. Ann plays mom. Right. And that's Julie Rigeri in the background. This is from last year and a half ago's show. That character is now played by Jenna Scanlon. And then Brian Harwell is standing next to her at the bed. And then Solomon Nungu is in the front in the white suit. And there's this beautiful woman next to him with glasses. Oh, that's Katie. Katie Thatcher's That's Katie Thatcher. And Marion Freitag. And then this is you during rehearsals, right? And then we'll go to the next picture now. We certainly can. I think Mo took that. I really like this one. There's a nice picture. That's my mom and my dad. I love that picture.
That's a great picture.
Yeah, it shows you her energy and her... It shows you can just see through looking at them to see who you really are, which is nice. Yeah, my parents are wonderful and very supportive. This is another one while you rehearsal. Yep. Actually, that's from the performance. The performance. There's Katie doing the photobomb in the back between Ann and Marion.
Oh, is that when they see the lake?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we got her doing another photobomb here. Yeah, so we're a couple of weeks away, and can you call the Lobero and get your tickets early, because it will sell out like that? I'm sure it will. Yeah, tickets are selling briskly, which I'm happy to say. And one thing, if people aren't familiar, even though we're at the Lobero, we actually have the entire audience on stage with the actors. Is it like a shadow box type bleacher? Well, it's 3/4 surround, and the acting space is in the middle of the stage. And so there's only 135 seats per show. Oh. So that's why it's selling quickly, and it will sell out. So if you're interested in coming, don't wait, because last time we did it there, people waited till the week of the show, and we didn't have tickets left. Well, I'm going to get my tickets. I'll get them tomorrow. 963-0761 and the Lobero.com online. But they will 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th. And we have matinees. Yeah, matinees on Saturday and Sunday. Yeah. 2 o'clock matinees and
then Sunday night too.
Sunday night we have a show. I can't wait to see it, and I'm sure many other people out there can't wait as well. Thank you, Katie Thatcher. Very nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, look forward to seeing you. Rod, very nice. Congratulations on the continued success of your show. The new desk.
I love my lady with my heart and soul. Yeah, love like ours, the one to never grow old. And she's my sweet little thing. She my pride and joy. Yeah, she my sweet little baby. I'm a little loving boy. I love my lady 'cause she's long and lean. Mess with her, you see a man get mean. And she's my sweet little thing. She my pride and joy. Yeah, she my sweet little